Today, we're diving deep into the topic of training your awareness so that you can better receive intuitive guidance, recognize overthinking, anxiety, and overwhelm, and so we can actually tune out of the information overload that gets us saturated and back into being able to pay attention to the subtle energies of our spirit, of our guides, and our intuition. In today's video, I'm going to share with you some grounded, simple practices to train your awareness so you can be aware of the subtle. Attention and awareness. This is the only portal in the present moment where we're able to be sensitive to the subtle energies of your spirit, of your intuition, and where we can open up to fascination and surprise and awe that actually shifts our paradigm and brings in a new reality. So today, like I said, we're gonna be deep diving into some awareness practices that I use, that I help with my clients to help train your awareness so you can be sensitive to the subtle realms and ways that your spirit, intuition, and guides are around you and helping you every single day. So hi, I'm Sonia. I'm a fourth generation intuitive, and I teach you how to plug back into your innate divine self, your intuition. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that little bell and subscribe because I release new videos every week. If you're returning, you know the spiel. I'm so happy you're here. You are part of my crew. And as always, don't forget to check out the information box below for my upcoming workshops, for my free meditation and workbooks, for checking out my online courses, finding my pet family podcast, which is so exciting, my Instagram. I have tons of tools and resources to help you develop your psychic muscle. So we're done with the housekeeping. Let's get into training. So the thing about our awareness is that it needs to be trained. We live in a world of information overload between our smartphones, our computers, and the information that's constantly being bombarded in. It's very, very easy to have our awareness be anywhere but the present moment. But the present moment is the only place that you're able to listen to your intuition and to your spirit. And this reminds me of a client that I was talking to earlier this week, a mentoring client of mine, and who was telling me that she was having trouble accessing her intuition. She was supposed to go on a trip with her family member, and she kept thinking, like, every single time that I'm trying to decide whether or not or when I should go, I keep getting a roadblock. I don't know what to do. So I was like, first, let's empty the garbage of your head. Where is your mind? And the first thing that she did was list all of the things that she was preoccupied with, booking flights, for making sure that she had the enough travel time, to the time, to how the travel would be with her family, all of these things that were nowhere, anywhere in the present. They were things that helped us organize, but in reality, it was sort of putting the cart before the horse. Instead of being present with her own intuition and herself, she was trying to figure out all of these other details that pulled her away from any place of deeper listening. So the moment that we brought her back, even, if you know me, if you follow my videos, favorite heart, hand on your heart, hand on your belly, starting to come back into the present moment. And we opened up that band of listening and asked that same question of, when and where should she travel? And even before that, even of just getting a vibe on the trip, I said, what is your intuition telling you about this trip? And immediately, once she came back to present moment, she was like, actually, intuitively, I'm not available to go on this trip right now. So instant solution. Her mind came to all these different things that were way ahead of her. But instead, when she came back and had the presence to listen, that is when she found her intuitive answer. So first, when we're talking about training our awareness, we need to train it because our minds like to organize linearly, and our little ego intellect, our barking dog, as I like to call it, constantly pulls from the past, projects into the future, and likes to talk a lot and use our imagination to come up with a million different possibilities that we often use to try and organize that disconnects us from our spirit. So when we first even start to notice, where is my awareness? Am I in the past? Am I in the future? Am I in the present? And we can start with the most simple tool to bring you back to present, a breath. And while you're taking a deep breath, breathe in through your nose. Imagine like you're breathing up through your feet, and exhale like you're exhaling 10 birthday candles. Breathe in again, allowing your rib cage to expand from east to west. And even start as simply as start to name what you're looking at. I'm looking at my couch. I'm looking at the window. I'm looking at this tree outside. These simple ways of starting to name what we're looking at brings us back to present. Second, the more that present you are, the more you are available to listen. I find the most telltale sign of somebody who is intuitive or even spiritual is somebody who could be present and listening with me. This means people who aren't jumping at the bit to tell me what it is that they have to say next or interjecting with their own story. Now, I have ADD, so sometimes my own enthusiasm can get away with me. So I'm not talking about that. It's more about, is your attention and awareness with the person that's in front of you? When we can practice heart-centered listening, when we can practice being present, practicing the pause of what is actually coming in as not only information, but vibration, this actually creates a different space and portal to listen. So as we practice these, what we're really doing is evolving our consciousness. We're paying attention to the different vibrations. First, in that presence awareness, is this my mind? Is it talking a lot? Is it saying should, have to, must, past, present, future? That's our intellect, not present. Is it my emotions? Are there things that come in and out like waves? Does it come in super strong as different sensations in my body that are telling me what my feelings are? Again, emotions. These are like notes on a piece of music. Intellect is like a bass, sort of like a bass drum, let's imagine. Emotions are like the piano. And your intuition and your spirit is like the violin. The more that we notice these subtle vibrations and feelings and sensations in our body, the more that we can train our awareness to know, oh, that's the piano. Oh, that's the bass drum. Oh, that's the violin. And that practice becomes habit. So first, starting with a body scan. Where is my energy? Is it in my head? Is it talking a lot? Rotisserie chicken on a spit? Is it coming in super strong like a wave? Is there a part of me that's even battling how I'm feeling? Emotions? Is it a grounded, consistent, self-loving energy that's leading me towards choice? That is your spirit. Different notes in the orchestra of our world. And so some of my favorite ways to really train my attention and awareness is first by just being present with the world around me. This can be as simple as going for a walk and noticing the trees and the flowers and the beautiful things that surround you. A favorite practice, an awareness practice of mine, especially when it's spring, summer, is smelling the flowers, closing my eyes and deeply inhaling the fragrances that bring me back to present. Another simple practice of awareness is even closing my eyes and feeling my heartbeat. This is a practice of awareness that brings us back to our bodies. If we're not in tune with the present moment, we're distracted. And that way of that habit of bringing ourselves back, bringing ourselves to center is key. Now, I'm sure you're not going to be surprised with this one, but meditation is a very, very, very powerful way that we can train our awareness. And you can also be aware of how your energy is. Maybe if sitting on a pillow for 10, 15, 20 minutes is not something that's for you, do something that's easy. Maybe meditate for 1 minute. Maybe go for a walk. Maybe use a mantra meditation. Maybe use a guided meditation. The more that we can use tools that work with our system and with the way that we're wired, the more likely that we're going to show up to these practices that feel good. Now, there's a wonderful meditation practice that I learned from, I believe his name is Gene, I forget, but he wrote the Gene Keys. And one wonderful meditation practice and awareness practice that I love is that he says for 1 minute a day at noon, 3, and 9, set a timer on your phone for 1 minute and have that minute be just anything that comes into your field of awareness and your field of presence. Notice the sights, the smells, the sounds, the feeling of your body in your chair for 1 minute. This 3 minutes of meditation every day as an awareness practice will help to strengthen and have you come back to that awareness practice throughout your day. So we don't just have a meditation practice of sitting on our pillow and then unconscious throughout our day, which can happen. So these are some simple ways that we can start to train our awareness. Now, the other thing that I know about human beings to be true is we get very stuck in ruts, doing the same things over and over and over again. We go to the grocery store the same way. We sit at the same place when we go to restaurants. We order the same things. We do the same things over and over and over again. These routines become habit. And what's interesting is the more habituated we are to these routines, the less awareness that we have. You'll notice that if you take the same way to work every way, it becomes automatic. If you do the same things every single day, it becomes automatic. And this is a way that our awareness actually narrows. So refresh your space, refresh the ways that you do things, take a new way to work, try a new dish, sit somewhere different at your favorite lunch place. You'll notice first that you might be a bit uncomfortable, but also that refreshes your awareness. It's one of the reasons why I love travel so much, and it feeds my spirit and my awareness, because the only thing that I can do in that moment is to be present. The more that you rearrange your room, rearrange the way that your house looks. These are subtle ways that we can start to attune and bring those presence practices into our day-to-day life. And last, like I said, one of the most spiritual, practical things that you can do to train your intuition is to be present with the people in front of you. The more that you can see them as they are, the more that you can tune into their vibration, to their energy, the more that you can listen, is a very powerful way that we can fine-tune our intuitive tuner to pay attention to these different subtle vibrations. So have it be a practice. Notice whoever you're with, whether it's at the dinner table with a loved one, a friend, a family member, a coworker, how present can you be? How much can you eliminate distraction from all the other things to just be with the miracle and wonder of whoever is in front of you? So I hope that you enjoyed these tools, and notice the more that you practice your awareness as a discipline, which can feel like a bad word, which really comes from the word disciple, which means student. The more that your intuitive tuner, the more that your intuition, the more that you'll notice your guides, your angels, all of these things that are helping to guide you every single day. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, leave me a comment. I would love to hear from you. Definitely don't forget to check out my free offerings or check out my spirit type quiz. I would love to see you there. And I'll see you next week. Sending you all my love. Bye.